So if you remember how to find the volume of a cylinder, you may remember that it's the volume of the area of the base times the distance between the bases, or the height. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and check out the video I'm going to put in the top right corner as well as in the description right now. And that'll just go over how to find the volume of a cylinder. But assuming you know how to do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve for x here. So in a cylinder, the area of the base is always going to be the area of whatever this shape is right here. And if this is my base, we can obviously see that this is a circle. So what is the area formula of a circle? Well, we remember that it's pi times the radius squared. So the area of the base is going to be pi times my radius squared. And then it's multiplied by my height, which in this case, we already know what our height is. Our height is 10 inches. So I can just write it this way. And since we're solving for r, we need to know what these are equal to. And we happen to know what these are equal to because in this example, it tells me that the volume is already 502.4 inches squared. So I can just write that as my volume, 502.4 inches squared. Okay, so now we just have to refresh ourselves on how to solve for a variable. The equation that I've written out is 502.4 times pi r squared times 10. And so to solve for any variable, what I have to do is I have to do the inverse operation. So in order to invert pi times radius squared, I need to divide it by pi so that the pi's cancel. But I also need to divide it by the other side. And then I also need to divide this side by 10. And then I also need to divide this side by 10, since it's an equation. So the 10s will cancel, the pi's will cancel, and I'm left with r squared is equal to whatever 502.4 divided by pi times 10 is. So I should get r squared is equal to 16. So if r squared is equal to 16, we need to square root both sides. And so the square root of r squared is just r. And then the square root of 16 is going to be 4 as my answer. All right, so that's how we find the radius of a cylinder. Now let's go ahead and take this same idea and look at a prism.